How about that?
This week's featured item sets include Shachlo playing the Centaur Warrunner and Fear playing Pudge.
5 in a row. How about that?
Hey guys, this is Feeder. Welcome to another episode of the Dota 2 Hat Review. I'm bringing you the very best in mix and match sets from the Dota Pit tournament. That tournament is about to go into finals, so if you're in withdrawal after the summit ends, it might be worth picking up a ticket. There will be a link in the description if that's something you're interested in. Alright, so the two sets that I am bringing you today, the first one is Power Rangers Shachlo, and this guy has been on my list every week. He has some of the most consistent, nice mix and match sets of any of the players that I've seen in the tournament, so I'm excited to bring you his Centaur Warrunner, but if there's a player you'd like to peek at to try to figure out like who's wearing some cool item sets, check this guy out. He's consistently good, and that's something that I like to see. The other one is I've been receiving some Pudge requests, and it's pretty hard to do that because Pudge doesn't usually get picked in tournament play, but Fear actually played a game as Pudge, and I thought his set was pretty good. So I'll be showing that set to you guys after I show you Shachlo's Centaur set. So let's take a look at this. He is using the Horn Mother as a weapon. This is an item from the first Inuxi chest, and it's one of those like big hello there weapons. I love that on Centaur. I think he's kind of a big hello there kind of guy. So I like to see this kind of, it's a little bit anthropomorphic. It's got like horns on it. That might be sort of a face. It's kind of cool. I like it. I like it a lot actually. The rest of the set I think is just gorgeous. I love the repeating spikes everywhere. I think that's a nice theme to it. And I also like the very bright colors. I think they make Centaur stand out. I think they give him a little bit of whimsical, fun, good-lookingness in the game. So the helmet of Omex is the one thing that maybe doesn't match. That gold color isn't really seen. You're kind of getting yellow on his Spalder, but it's not quite the same color. However, I think the spikes look pretty good with the rest of the set. I think it's just a nice looking helmet in general, so it works here. His Spalders, he's using Spalders of the Steppe, and I really like this set. This is one of those sets that you can buy for very little, and it just spices up your hero a lot. It's very clear in game that there's something colorful there, and I love the shoulder spikes. I think they look kind of cool. Alright, so he's got on his back the Gloried Horn of Druid. I forget which chest this is from, but this was a chest item back when chests only came with one item. I like this a lot. I think it goes really well with the Steppe items, and it's like a giant cool thing on his back that looks good. So I appreciate that. The Bracers of Omex, I guess the helmet might kind of go with these, although these seem a little darker, a little more rusty. And they have blood spatters on them, which seems kind of appropriate for this guy that charges in and just beats people over the head with his weapon here. So I think that's kind of nice. And I love the little green around the edges. It goes well with the Horned Mother. You're kind of tying that color into the rest of his body, and I actually like that it's transitioning from the weapon right to his arms. Then you're getting into more of the yellows and oranges as you get to the back of him. Maybe the green kind of turns into blue on the horn and also on the little seams on the rest of his model. So anyway, I like those. I think they help tie things together. Sigil of the Steppe, I think this is one of the best looking items on this set. It draws attention. Usually when you're playing the game and you're looking at the hero from above, you're kind of looking at the head and shoulders area. I like to have little details that draw attention down a bit, so you're kind of taking in the whole hero model. And I think this little star pattern looks really good, and it looks visually interesting, so you're really getting to see that. And also this banner that hangs down on either side of him helps give a little bit of a dynamic drama down to the leg area, so that looks pretty good. The tail, I don't have many comments. Sweep of the Steppe, I do like that the spikes are on there. Again, it ties things together. The tail itself is not, anything to write home about, but it just looks fine. So it blends together, and all in all, I think this is just an interesting looking set in game. I love it. I think it stands out, colorful, it's cool. So good job, Shachlo, and well played on all your other sets. I wish I could include all of them here, don't have the time to do that, but this guy definitely has some fashion sense when it comes to his cosmetics. Alright, so let's take a look at Fierce Pudge next. So this here is the Old Man's Old Man Pudge set, and this is a bit more expensive than the Centaur set I just showed you. This is like $13, about 6 of that is just the bone saw. So if you feel like you can do without the bone saw, it might not be so bad, but keep that in mind when I'm showing you these items. It's a little bit more pricey. Alright, so the hook, most important part of a Pudge set, that's what your enemies are looking for basically the entire game, is the Hook of the Sorrowful Prey. This is from, not this past Halloween, but the one before that. It came in the chest. I think this is actually an ugly hook, but it's ugly in an interesting way. And honestly, for Pudge, ugly in an interesting way is what you're aiming for. He's not supposed to look beautiful. He's supposed to look creepy and weird and just interesting. So I think this hook is really cool. I love that it has the horns as the hook part and that there's that nice negative space there. Some of the very best Dota items make use of negative space, and this is definitely one of them. You're getting to see through that. It makes things seem more three-dimensional and real to have that there. So I think this is a pretty fantastic hook, and I'm glad to see it on Fear here. Alright, so for his headpiece, he's got the crazed tassels of the Black Death. That's from the Dota Cinema set. That is the evolving Pudge face, and his is actually still at the first stage. I think he probably doesn't play that much Pudge, so I wasn't too surprised about that. I think it's fabulous that he picked it. Not only does it kind of look cool, although I might prefer some other Pudge items for that slot, but it's got the old man joke in it, and embedding a real life joke into your cosmetic item set is always classy, so I like that. The bone saw, very nice item. What can I say? Look at this effect. It's really cool. It's huge. It looks scary. It's like gonna rip your head off. I'd be afraid of that. So I think that's one of the nicer Pudge items for that arm. I'm not sure that it really goes with the hook that he has, but like, you know, it's a Pudge set. It's a Pudge set, what can I say? Alright, so next he has the wrist shackles of the Black Death. That's what he's wearing there. It's, you know, it's a good looking item. I think that the chains always look nice with Pudge. I'm glad that he has that matching with the shoulder of the Black Death on the other side. I think maybe having an asymmetry there would definitely not be as good. And yeah, I mean, again, looks creepy, perfect. Creepy is perfect here. For his pauldron, he picked the genuine pauldron perch, which has the crow. Where'd it go? It disappeared temporarily. Anyway, I love this. There it is. Here, he's back. I love this because it has that little animated friend on it. I think that's super cool. Extra value. It looks great in game. It jumps off, flies around. It's like having a courier on your shoulder permanently. How could you not want that? It just generally visually, I'm okay with this little belly piece. I don't know, it covers up the weirdness on his belly after they changed the model and took the gore away. It's always looked a little strange to me. I'm glad that that's covered by that. I feel almost like it's a little bit too much skin coverage for Pudge, but, you know, looks creepy, looks cool, got big spikes on it, and I feel like it goes well enough with the Black Death shoulders and shackles that it works. So I really like that, mostly because of the crow. I think it's worthwhile just for that even. He's got this Shake Your Moneymaker taunt. You kind of have to have that. It's part of any Pudge set. You should be able to dance around and show it off. And finally, he's the Dendy doll, which when it came out, I was on the Steam market grabbing one of those ASAP. I think this is the coolest thing ever. Got a little Dendy, creepy leg bitten off doll on your butt. You've got to have that. Like, I don't know even what else goes in this slot. Oh yeah, ball and chains, hell no. Get Dendy. Get Dendy. This is like a must-have right here. Alright, so that is Fierce Pudge. Not really the hero you think of when you think of Fear, but it looks pretty good, so what can I say? I thought that was nice. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, as always, I love to hear about it. Also love to hear what you liked or didn't like about the players' item sets and which one was your favorite. It's kind of a It's kind of a nice feedback to receive. And everyone enjoy what's left of the summit. Have a wonderful weekend and a very happy Dota.